Hey there folks, DoctorOctane here, and I thought I'd do a bit of an experiment with the chickens today. Unfortunately, I started it badly already at this point. I've already fed the chickens, as you can see, so my experiment was to do with feeding of them. I'll explain it as we get into it, and I'll be doing a follow-up video to this eventually, but I want to see how clever these chickens are, basically. So I'm going inside now to grab the jar that I'll be setting up for them to eat from. What my experiment will essentially be is to see if they're smart enough to knock it over, or if they'll all take turns on the jar to peck at it. So I've now gone and filled the jar up, well, I'm about to, I believe, go fill the jar up with some grain. And then I'm going to set it down just in front of the camera, very shortly, coming up here. And encourage the chickens to come over. At first only one or two come over, then a couple of them come over, then they all disappear. So here we go, here I am setting up the jar at a distance that I figure the camera will probably be focused at, which is not bad actually, I've done well there. And a chicken comes over, has a bit of a look, goes, oh yum, food. So I think, oh, I'll leave them to it, but I'll watch them from the back door there. So there's one chicken having a bit of a bite, and we'll watch her have a bit of a peck for the minute here. There comes another one. This is one of our newer chickens. These two with the fluffy thing on their head. They lay blue eggs, which is kind of cool. I'm not sure what sort of breed they are. So another chicken's come over to have a bit of a peck. But they're basically just having to go one at a time at this point. And I know that the issue I've done here is that because I've fed them all, and you can see them all at the back there, all having a feed on the stuff that I laid out on the ground before I started the experiment. If I hadn't have done that, and they were all hungry and, you know, waiting to be fed, it'd be an interesting thing to see. Because I'd like to know, basically, you know, will they just knock it over and then start eating off the ground, or will they all just take turns? Will they knock it over on purpose, or will they knock it over just by accident, by being gluttonous pigs? That's what I want to find out. So here I come now. I've been watching them from the door, and they've left it alone for some time, so I thought, well, maybe I need to entice them over a little bit more. So I had to come with determination in my face. And I've gone and grabbed just a handful of grain, I believe. Or am I going to tip some out of the jar? Let's see, I forget. I'm going to tip some out of the jar just around where the grain jar is sitting, basically. And hopefully that a few of the chickens will come around. So here we go, a couple of them have come over. And I don't know where I'm going, but I think I want to take a nice photo of the sunrise. Look at me there. What a muppet. I thought I was out of frame, but I was not. I was right there in the middle of the frame. But you can't win them all. Anyway, so the chickens are more interested at this point in the actual grain on the ground, which is not what I was hoping would happen, but here we go, we got one having a go. They're definitely not interested in the actual grain in the jar though, they're more interested in the stuff on the ground. So, in essence, I think I'm going to have to try this experiment again. It hasn't gone exactly the way I was expecting or hoping it would. But that's what experimentation is all about, I guess. Look at me still taking photos. Oh, and the ducks come around. But there's a chicken in the way. Move, chicken. So, unfortunately, you can't see the ducks that are standing the other side of that chicken's butt. And then there's another chicken in the way now. You can just see its butt. There he is. That's Donald coming around. And Daisy. So anyway, guys, that's mostly my experiment done. Pretty soon here I'm just going to pick up that jar and tip it out on the ground for them, because they're obviously not that interested in it at this point. But yeah, that was basically the experiment I wanted to do. As I said, it hasn't quite worked out the way I expected it to. But for the rest of this video, if you'd like to just watch my chickens having a munch, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Chicken. So, yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.
Jazz Club. Really flying the music. Okay.